1, 2. Him. It's okay if you
ready, Nick? Let's get him.
Tune in to me. You watching Gully TV on a Sunday. They say when Gully start walking, you know it's gonna be a good one. So I'll start now. I just got done watching the Young Thug interview on Perspektives by Big Black. That video is at about 800,000, might be 1 million by now. It was at about 800,000 when I started watching. The video is almost 3 hours long, right? I started watching it last night. It was so long, I was going in and out of sleep, but I got the gist of it. I ended up going and watching it again this morning. And boy, oh boy, I'm gonna go live on this later on today. But listen, right? Big Black did for a Young Thug the exact same thing that I tried to do for Bimmy. Well, the exact same thing that I did for Bimmy. Listen, and I'm pretty sure it might have been Big Black's suggestion, as the Bimmy situation was my suggestion. I told him, yo, look, let's do this interview and I'll protect you. You can come here on my platform and share your story, and I'll be very subtle. It won't be no trapdoor questions. We're gonna present you in a way that people can extract some information from you, but we won't criminalize you. We won't make you look bad. And that was the whole point. So, yeah, Big Black did for Young Thug the exact same thing that I did with Bimmy, right? And when I got done with Bimmy, I told him, yo, don't do no more interviews. And that's probably what you're going to see with Young Thug. I don't know, because this Young Thug is kind of delusional about the reality that's formed after the release of all of these recordings. I don't know who released all them recordings on him. There's so much damage and shit on him. He'll never have no rest nowhere, never have no authentic people around him. He probably has some people around him that stand to gain something, and he probably will be cool with having people around him that will gain something from him, basically paying for his acquaintances. But the information, shit he said about Andre 3000, which is going to be damaging as fuck. The shit he said about the chick, just the snitching shit, it's just so much on him. I posted a picture of him yesterday. Young Thug is a very ugly, dirty looking nigga, and he spoke about being poor and dirty growing up, and that will shape a person's character. Scarcity creates some very, very, low vibrational, rotten people. But Young Thug came up very, very poor and shit. Dirty, wearing his sister's clothes, wasn't receiving no compliments, void of love. That creates a very, very dastardly type of person. So, boom. I listened to the interview twice. And oh my God, man, I can't believe how disconnected he is from the current climate surrounding his name and everything. I listened to everything that he said, and
100% impossible for two defendants with the same exact lawyer to testify against each other. I had Brian Steele, Thug had Brian Steele. I had Drew Finley, Lucha had Drew Finley. So tell me how the fuck could I testify against two niggas with the same exact lawyer? This is 100% a conflict of interest. You ain't gotta take this shit from me. You can go Google this shit your damn self. So this is the lie that you been calling the streets telling wham and dumb, and they believe you without seeing any paperwork. And paperwork is law in the streets. So you telling me I went and told the feds in June of 2018 about some state shit that was finna happen in 2024, Make some shit out of this shit, people. Tell me how. You went in that interview lying and crying. I ain't did nothing to none of you niggas. Either you hang or you been misled, nigga.
What I got out of it was absolutely no accountability. He accepts no accountability, no blame for anything. And he tries to stress how hurt he was by Gunna. He's a rat, bro. He did this. How could you do this? He might have a point in regards to them going to trial and Gunna accepting the plea and admitting that YSL was a gang and, you know, saying YSL must die, which was a part of the agreement of his plea bargain. He could have a point, right? He even spoke about a time that before they ended up in the courtroom, they were at, they was on, the trial started on Zoom. The bond hearings and all of that was on Zoom, and he had to say, Gunna, you all right, bro? Chin up, chest out, try to encourage him. And that could have some credibility or whatever, but this guy accepts absolutely zero responsibility for his character, for the things he said about people. The murder and Nut, he's not supposed to admit to that, especially publicly. But he tries to paint a picture of him being cool with Nut, him having nothing to do with it. I was on the phone with him right before that happened, and you know, he said that all of this shit transpired not about a girl, which some people might have felt that's what it was about. He said it was not about a girl, it was about Nut. How did this start? Little Woody broke in Nut's car and took his jewelry, and it ended up spinning out of control because, you know, the yes men, they be down to go to war for little or nothing because this is how they earn their keep and shit. They don't be having no talent and shit. They talent is busting their gun. Young Thug for 3 hours. He sat on that couch and he kept blaming Gunna for everything. He kept blaming Gunna for everything, but he at no point did he say why he said some of those things. Oh, he said he was going through something because he was incarcerated. I guess this is him trying to rationalize some of the audio that was captured on tape. He said it was incarceration. He was under, 23-1 circumstances. And I don't know. But this whole ploy, this whole interview, which is the hottest interview online right now, it's going to do millions of views, but it was nothing more than a conspiracy between Young Thug and Big Black to try to, you can't repair his reputation. You can't repair his reputation. It was a attempt to place some doubt or cause people, the listeners, the fans, to empathize with him and empathize with his character in regards to the shit that he was caught saying on audio record. I'm flabbergasted. I thought he had a lot of nerve. I thought he had a lot of nerve. I understand Big Black's position. He has a platform. He wants his platform to thrive. His interest was the same as mine with Bimmy. Come on over here, and we could do an interview. This interview was rushed. It was because it was almost like the punctuation on everything that's going on with him. Everything that's been going on with Young Thug all week, it has got progressively worse. I don't know where they're getting all these recordings from, all this private audio of him, on the phone with 21 Savage, and I don't know where all this shit come from. I'm pretty sure the authorities probably got something to do with it, but that's what this interview was about, to try to repair the damage done to his image, I guess. He ended the interview trying to act like, I got love for everybody. I got love for Lucci. I respect him. He's a man. He's a character. He's Young Thug is really, really something. He should be studied, for real. He should be studied. In totality, though, the interview was done to try to get people to empathize with him for all of the telling that he did. My nigga, you can't come back from all that shit that was captured on film. You can't come back from all that shit that was captured on audio. You can't. It's done. I have never seen it get this dark. Some people say that he's responsible for creating a divide in the Atlanta hip hop scene. He created divides everywhere. He had nothing good to say about anybody. He had nothing good to say about anybody. Future, everybody, nobody was off limits. And that told me everything I needed to know about his character. I said he was one of them little dirty, ugly niggas who, he's a scavenger, man. He don't know loyalty. He don't know love and shit. All he knows is that rotten backbiting shit, because that's who he is before hip hop music. And that's the case with a lot of, I'm starting to notice that the person you were before you got your first check and made your first trip to the jeweler, that's who you are. That's probably who you're going to remain to be. When people speak about, Lil Durk and all of them and the decisions that they made, and, Durk and the situation he in, hey, man, them is little dirty niggas from O Block, man. They just ended up with some money. Them niggas is still killers. Them niggas is still cutthroat. Them niggas is still dangerous. The same shit go for Young Thug. The person that he was, there was no room for his frequency to change in hip hop music. Big ass crabs in the barrel environment. Everybody want to be the man. Everybody want to be on top. You see what's going on with Dame Dash and Cameron. They used to love each other. It's the most toxic crab barrel known to man. I'm starting to realize that I'm pretty sure that hip hop and entertainment is weaponized. Jay-Z once said, all us blacks got is sports and entertainment. According to Dr. Nuri Muhammad, and I agree with him, we got to get away from that shit. People need to start going to other directions. Everywhere I go in regular life, everybody professes to be a streamer now. Everybody wants to be a content creator. Everybody, no matter what a person was trained to do, no matter what a person was educated to do in life, everybody wants to do this, what I'm doing right now. And it's actually, it's fucking the world up. The internet is www, World Wide Web. The internet is something that could be an educational tool. It's something that where you can dominate in commerce and make lots of money. But it's also a place where people go to die. Relationships die. People die physically. Trust dies. Partnerships dies. All on this internet. I don't think it was their intent. I don't think this was their master plan to create the internet so, black people can destroy each other. It just ended up like that. It just ended up like that. But all in all, the Young Thug situation, that interview, he's way out there. He is, and he probably could get progressively worse because he don't got no he's not gonna have anybody around him to tell him, yo, you bugging out, man, like you tripping or you wrong. That's not gonna happen. You're not gonna see nothing like that. So ain't no telling where he goes from here. Alliances, he's shown that he can't be trusted. It's not a good, safe place to be a friend of his. It's not. As far as Gunna took the plea. I believe during the course of all of this, Gunna understood the types of people that he was around and he was involved with, and he said, I'm not built like this. And like Trey on Boys in the Hood, Doughboy, let me out the car. He hopped out the fucking whip. he did. He started thinking for self, and he hopped out the whip. I actually respect him for coming to the understanding that, man, I'm not built like this. And some people may say, well, him admitting that it was a gang and everybody else didn't hurt them. According to Young Thug, Gunna was the first one of everybody to take a plea bargain. He was the very first. That's his account of what happened. I don't know if this can be proven or what type of credibility it has, but according to Young Thug, Gunna was the very, very first to take a plea bargain, and it fucked everything up. The way that he kept presenting it during the interview, Gunna, 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 Gunna. That's who's being blamed for everything that he's done to himself. Them recordings, that if it's one person that he's always gonna hate, it's gonna be Gunna. Why? Because it's convenient for him to feel like that about him. He's gonna blame him for everything. He's gonna blame him for everything. If they would have beat the case, these recordings and shit probably never would have came up. Some say that had he not got out of jail and got on Twitter and stopped fucking with people, calling niggas rats and picking, you know, doing what he do, none of this would have happened. He did this interview. It's well known that he has, I think, 10 or 15 years probation or parole. I just don't see him completing that without going back to jail. I don't. It seems like he's on his way back now. I just don't see how the way that he's conducting himself is in compliance with, you know, probation and parole. No, he hasn't broken any laws yet, but he's not carrying himself like a productive citizen of society, and that's a part of the stipulations of probation and parole. I'm gonna go live later on today, and I look forward to y'all sticking around and being a part of this discussion, because I want to know what everybody else thinks of this 3-hour interview where he didn't do anything but try to deflect and not acknowledge the shit that was said on them recordings. For real. And his reciprocal, well, the person that was conducting the interview, Thug would be the reciprocal in this situation. The person that was conducting the interview, he didn't press it, he didn't push anything. He just let him, you know, cruise through the interview like he was supposed to. I'm pretty sure it's in his best interest to keep Young Thug as an ally. He probably don't got nothing against him or nothing like that. So it unfolded just like that on a platform that's going to get a lot of views and make a lot of money off of it. Salute to him. But the whole thing, it was identical. I said, this is what I tried to do with Bimmy and shit. And I think he, if he's smart, he won't do any more interviews. He won't. I mean, at least for the time being, just stay away from the cameras and shit like that. It's like a walk-off three-pointer, man. You said what you had to say, not going about your business. Me knowing a person like him, he gonna do the same thing that Bimmy did. He's gonna run around trying to repair his image and his credibility. And so we probably can expect to see him on more platforms. Any platform that's high profile that'll accept him, they're gonna take him, and he might even end up on Vlad. I know Vlad is active right now. After seeing that go down, Vlad probably wants his shot. I'm pretty sure the money has already been presented and the email has already been sent. Anyway, I'm gonna get with y'all later on. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications. You tune into the Real Gully TV, hip hop, sports, and fashion. Peace.
You know what it is? It's Iron Sheik, aka Abdullah the Butcher, aka Akbar the Rockstar, aka Warlord, aka Black Adam. Fresh out the South Bronx, fresh in the flesh, official sister down to the bone bristle. Y'all now tapping in with Gully TV.